All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So yesterday was pretty eventful, right? With the schedule release, things were kind of leaking throughout the day. It was just so much fun to keep track of not only just what the Jets schedule was going to be looking like, but every team out there. One thing that got lost in the midst of everything, at least for me personally, can't speak for everybody, was that the Jets actually worked out wide receiver Tavon Austin. Now, really the first thing that pops into my mind when I'm thinking about Tavon Austin is back when I was in school, me and my buddies used to watch the West Virginia Tavon Austin highlights. Those things were epic. They were like 10, 12-minute montage videos of Tavon just single-handedly slicing defenses apart, just ripping them to shreds. I'm pretty sure if you were like a high school wide receiver during that era, you knew exactly who Tavon Austin was, and you had at least an hour of watch time on Tavon Austin highlights. But he ends up getting drafted by the St. Louis Rams in the first round, and even though he was this highly explosive player, a well thought of player, he just was not able to replicate what he did at West Virginia. It's just the bottom line. The overall production wasn't there. I always felt like the biggest problem with Tavon Austin was getting him the football, just never really having a defined role within the offense. Now, as a special team, punt returner and whatnot, he could do some damage. And we've seen him put that electricity on display before. The problem is those plays are just so few and far between. That's the reason why he spent time with multiple teams here. The Rams, the Cowboys, last season with the Packers, only played in 4 games and had 5 catches for 20 yards. Okay, so Tavon Austin at this point, obviously he's a free agent and the Jets worked him out. Now, does he fit the system? Would he be a solid fit with the New York Jets? If the Jets do in fact sign Tavon Austin, would I like it? And the answer is actually yes, but I don't really like him as like a slot wide receiver. I think we're fine at that position. Jamison Crowder, fantastic. Behind him, Elijah Moore. And I also think Elijah Moore can do some stuff on the outside as well. And we have Keelan Cole, who can also do some damage on the inside. So I'm looking at Tavon Austin as this gadget running back. I really feel like Tavon Austin out of the backfield in the flats, getting him the football on direct screens, on swing passes, can be really, really effective, especially if the Jets want to, maybe implement a couple split back formations out of the shotgun. Think back to Urban Meyer with Ohio State. It's a popular formation in college where you have 2 running backs lined up on either side of the quarterback out of the shotgun, where, the door just opens up for so many possibilities. You can hand it to one, you could use the other one as a blocker, you can fake to one and throw to the other one. There's just so many different, creative things that you can think of with 2 running backs in the backfield. But look, Tavon Austin, I always felt like getting him the football was the problem. So why don't we take that issue and try to, make that as easy as possible, like with high percentage plays, high percentage passes, like screens, like easy dump off passes, and let Tavon Austin utilize his speed and quickness in open field. So really, if the Jets were to bring Tavon Austin, and by the way, of course he would be a depth piece. Of course he would be a versatile piece that fits the West Coast system because he's played with Sean McVay and he's played with Matt LaFleur, Mike LaFleur's brother, of course. You can send him on end arounds, use him as that maybe as that punt returner as well if they don't want to, there's so many different guys that you can use as punt returner for this Jets team. So many candidates, but Tavon Austin, I think at the end of the day, would be a good system fit. He would be cheap. And I think he just adds that creative layer to the Jets offense. I don't think he's going to be a huge piece, but kind of think, I'm trying to think of running backs that would be that have been utilized like how I'm envisioning Tavon Austin. Pittsburgh with Dre Archer. Years and years ago, Dre Archer was this blazing fast running back coming out of college. Was never truly viewed as like a running back one or like a Christian McCaffrey or a Kamara or a Derrick Henry, nothing like that. Pittsburgh just used him a lot in the pass game, or even Ty Montgomery, right? Ty Montgomery with the Green Bay Packers, just as this weird gadget creative running back that you can just do so many different things with. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about Tavon Austin. Would you like it if the Jets brought him in, or do you want to save the money and maybe try to make a push for Steven Nelson, make a push for a Melvin Ingram, a KJ Wright, a Richard Sherman, or maybe even a Brian Poole? So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.